Good morning everyone present here. My name is Sushma, student at Clinosol from November batch. On behalf of hosting organization Clinosol Research Private Limited, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the students of today's industry expert interactive session. I take a great honor in welcoming our guest speaker of the day, Rashmi Gurnani ma'am, for accepting the invitation and joining us today to enlighten us with her knowledge. Before we proceed with the session, let me introduce you to the Clinosol Research Private Limited, our hosting organization. Clinosol was founded in the year 2019 in Hyderabad by its founder and CEO CS Mujibuddin Sheikh Sir as a private limited company under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Moreover, Clinosol is an ISO certified and MSME and trademark registered organization that offers us three major services wings like training, resource consulting and corporate GP training services. Since its inception, Clinosol has been growing year by year and has been recognized as the first institution to place maximum students in the year. So with 220 students in the 2022 and 343 students in 2021, and this year already 119 students have been placed since January and it is still counting. Consequently, in addition to the regular training, Clinosol encourages students to write blogs, publishes articles, presentations and participate in competitions. Clinosol brings the industry and the students community closer by sponsoring various conferences by national and international industry expert associations such as ISCR, SCDM and ACDM, and several other counting educational programs, workshops on latest technologies. Clinosol provides industry mentorship through partnerships with N-Reference and Textium solutions. This also our students to learn directly from industry experts and gain invaluable insights into clinical data management, clinical data analysis and genomic sequencing programming. So combining practical training with industry mentorship is crucial to prepare students for successful careers in clinical research. Clinosol is proud to impact the community by providing knowledge, skills and real-world experience to students. Without the further delay, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Rashmi Gurnani ma'am. Rashmi Gurnani ma'am, being as a CEO of AKT Health Analytics, ma'am will oversee the strategy of planning and business developments of the company's product and service portfolio. She is serving as a functional consultant for healthcare IT projects. Being a part of leadership team, she also contributes to overall operations of the company and decision making process for the business. She is having 9+ of experience as a business analyst and client accounting management in the life sciences IT industry. She has a wide experience of working with pharmaceutical and healthcare clients. She has worked on several pharmaceutical and clinical research related software projects and handling their pre-sales, business development and marketing as well as giving product related presentations and trainings. She has worked from the Hyderabad office and hold a master's in clinical research alongside a diploma in pharma business management. TAMP, a US C Corp founder November 2019, provides doctor digital upskilling in the CME market, enabling doctor through an integrated digital innovation upskilling program and digital health innovation platform, accessible by 90,000 doctor members in medical association strategic alliances. Medifact is a technology firm focused on business real-world evidence-based blockchain applications for healthcare. As the CEO, she looks after strategy, BD, and partnerships that helps their firm and product grow. Now, I would like to call our guest speaker, Rashmi ma'am, to address the gathering and give a presentation.
Hi everyone, good morning. Firstly, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction and thank you everyone for being a part of the session today. My name is Rashmi. Like she said, I'm the CEO of AKT Health Analytics. Other than being the CEO of AKT Health Analytics, I'm also on the board of an organization called TAMP. TAMP is into education for doctors globally, wherein the doctors record videos of their surgeries, etc. And the platform allows other doctors, junior doctors, to learn from those videos. The other company that I am advising on is Medifact. So Medifact is a sister company of AKT Health, of which I am the CEO. And Medifact is an organization which is making an IT application for the clinical research industry using blockchain technology. This is a little more technical. So I will start off with my background. So I have about 14 years of experience in the industry now. Years ago, like I was telling, I was just like y'all. 14, 15 years ago, I've studied in Hyderabad, born and brought up in Hyderabad. I did my BPC. I was actually looking at becoming a doctor, but because at that time my parents, my family didn't have so much knowledge on how to guide me to move forward in life, I eventually ended up taking microbiology, biochemistry, chemistry as my subjects. And at that time, clinical research was very fresh in the market. Before that, there was nothing, a separate course for clinical research was not there. Just when I graduated, Institute of Clinical Research was established, and I was probably the second or third batch. So I took up masters in clinical research, and alongside I did a diploma in pharma business management because I understood that eventually I want to get into the business management side of things rather than the core clinical part. So once I was, while doing my master's itself, I was working as a clinical research coordinator in a cancer hospital called BB Cancer Hospital. So during that time when I was a CRC and working in a cancer hospital, I worked there for 3 months while studying. What I saw personally for me, it was a little difficult because I was working with a lot of cancer patients. So when you work with cancer patients, you see the difficulties that they go through, and it is not for everyone. Not everyone can actually bear a hospital environment. That's when I realized that I want to get into more more of a company where I can work in an office rather than a hospital. So once I finished my CRC internship, it was an internship I can say. Once that got over, I got an opportunity to work as an intern at a company called NowPause. It was a small startup. They were working on making software for patient reported outcomes. So patient reported outcomes is basically in clinical trials what happens is, you have quality of life studies, okay, that's one type of clinical trial where what they do is they give the drug or they give the medical device to the patient, and the patient has to fill up the data on paper, like how he is feeling today, how much food he had, how many kilometers he walked. As per the protocol, they are supposed to do certain activities and give a feedback. So that company was making a software which was wherein this information can be captured through a mobile application. So for me that was very interesting, but when I joined as an intern, I wasn't working on the product directly. I was more into the marketing and sales side. I was learning and I was trying to understand what the product is, because we are very new people. When you are studying clinical research, they don't teach you the IT part of it. They'll only teach you what clinical research is and how the studies are done. Because at that time IT industry like eCRF also was not that popular at that time. We had barely any companies who had eCRF systems. Everything was mostly from US. So I was still learning. While learning over there, I understood what IT industry is, what are these softwares, and eventually what happens is people who are creating this product, like developers, engineers who are making that product, they need your help, like clinical research students' help, because we will tell them what goes inside the product, right? They will create the product, but who will tell them what the product should have? We are the people who will be able to tell, CRCs and CRAs. So because of my CRC experience and also I picked up communication. So I learned how to write mails to people, how to talk to people. I got that opportunity, and then it translated into being a business analyst. So I became a business analyst at this company called Laurus Infosystems. It was a sister company of Laurus Labs. So Laurus Labs is a big pharmaceutical company. It was their branch, and I worked there for several years. Learned a lot during that process, because even that was a fresh company and they were working on this particular software. I understood, I learned both clinical side of things as well as technology side of things. So after that, I got the opportunity at AKT Health. I started off as a functional head. So I worked for Laurus Labs for about 7 years, including my internship period. And then I got the opportunity at AKT Health, wherein they were also working on creating a product for clinical research industry, and they wanted a product manager sort of a role it was. So I came into AKT as a functional head. Slowly, we got a partnership with a US firm. It's called Sartara. So Sartara works mainly in distributing or they create software for clinical research industry, wherein they have their own medical writing software. They have software for data analytics. So we got the partnership for Sartara, and once that partnership came through, my role shifted a bit to account management. Like we now deal with 100 plus pharmaceutical companies and CROs in the APAC region. So initially we had a contract only for India, and slowly we built that relationship with Sartara so strong that now we have a contract with them for the entire APAC region. So I handle all global clients now. So that is a brief of my career journey. Coming to what AKT Health does. So AKT Health started off about 7 years back, and started off with an idea of creating our own software for the clinical trial industry and the healthcare sector. So while that product is now under development, so we started the development process just last year. Because we were looking for some blockchain experts. Blockchain again is very new. So having resources in the Indian market was a little difficult. You need specialized education for learning blockchain. So we started that off very recently. Other than that, like I said, we are the exclusive distributors and partners for the US based company called Sartara. Sartara is a very big company globally. The data from their software is accepted by FDA. So I currently deal with over 100 CROs and pharmaceutical companies in the APAC region. Last year we have established an office in the US. So we have an office in Boston in US. Currently we have someone handling work over there, and we are trying to see if we get projects over there. We probably have more employees in the US as well. We have another office in Japan, in Tokyo. Over there, we have about 14 employees. Our founder, Mr. Aditya Kumar Talapragada of AKT Health, he lives in Tokyo. He's an Indian. So he has established the company over here and in Japan as well. So there also we are doing a lot of projects in the key opinion leader management sector and in HEOR sector. Medical affairs sector. So we are doing some projects in Japan on those lines. Japan market is a little different because there you have a bit of language barrier. They don't understand English that much. So our team over here and their team over there who can speak Japanese, we coordinate with each other and we try to deliver the projects over there. Other than that, we also have an IT development wing where we create custom projects for clients. So that is a brief about AKT Health and my role at AKT Health and what we do. Coming to the clinical research industry, the history of clinical research industry as per my work history. So up to 14-15 years ago, if we go back at that time when clinical research, the concept as an education was new in India. Until then, there were only usually pharma students, B Pharm, M Pharm students used to be CRCs and CRAs, and at that time we didn't know that in this industry what all are the different opportunities. So at that time we only knew that you can either become CRC, if you're a doctor you can become investigator or you can become a CRA. At that time even stats and all was not that popular. At the most for a fresher medical writing was a thing. Data management was also not that popular. So at that time we didn't know that these were the opportunities that could be there. The field that I was in, people were very surprised that okay, there is such a field where you have clinical research and IT coming together. But now if you see in most companies, bigger companies, you have so much opportunity where clinical research and IT is working together, right? So at that time, even when I joined, I will consider myself lucky that I got into tech side of healthcare and clinical research. But otherwise, people didn't know that such a thing existed, that you can get such a job opportunity. But now, if you see like bigger companies like TCS and all, if you're looking for that kind of work, very easy to find roles in this sector. So, something like customer management, account management, it will all require whatever you're studying right now, whatever clinical research knowledge you're having right now, you combine it with your IT knowledge, you combine it with your management knowledge, management skills, communication skills. There is so much to do. At that time, we didn't have so much. Eventually, now I see that, clinical trials, especially after COVID, now you have so much remote clinical trials happening. We call it decentralized clinical trial. So decentralized clinical trial is now what is most popular, wherein you are using smart devices, some like the smart watches and BP monitors and all to collect data from patient. So this used to be an impossible task at that time. Like I told you, right, ECRF itself was a very new concept. We had to undergo special training to learn how to enter data into an ECRF. Right now it is like you just will know how to enter data into ECRF. You don't need to learn. At that time we had to learn these things. Systems were that slow at that time. So I have actually seen the industry evolving so much that now, like sometimes I feel maybe at that time if these things are there, I would have been in a different industry or in a different sector. But now you have so many things. You have data sciences, especially data sciences in the clinical trial industry. Data management is like the biggest industry right now because everything is data. Anything that comes even from DCT is data which you are working with. So you have so much opportunity in the biostatistics sphere. You have CRC, CRAs are anyways there. And now I see that the kind of salaries also that you have is so much better than what we were offered at that time. So even if you're learning medical writing, if you're trying to build your communication skills. So I work with a lot of currently, like Mujib had said, I interact with a lot of partners from different companies. I speak to a lot of heads of partnerships and alliances. So in this, what happens is eventually when you're growing in the field, what you will require is your communication skills. So work on your communication skills. You can reach a stage where you will be able to speak to different kinds of people only to get partnerships for your organization. So that's what I do right now. Right now my job is just to speak to a lot of people, try to see where I can get partnerships for my company. More the partnerships, more the business we get and more the organization grows. So at that time again all these things were not there. At that time a pure MBA person only would be at a partnership level or a marketing level or sales level. But now it's not like that. Okay, if you are learning on the job is also sufficient for you to get into the management side of things, into the operation side of things. Whatever I have learned is also like on the job only. So that's what I would say, that clinical research industry earlier was very small, very restricted. Now you have a lot of opportunities, different kinds of opportunities. Your education does not restrict you to explore. Okay, the only advice I will have for students now is start small. It's okay. Even if you're getting an unpaid internship, consider it as an investment. Also for you to understand what you want to do, what you don't want to do. Like when I went in as a CRC, I understood I don't want to work in a hospital, I need to do something else, but in the same field. So consider it as an investment, start small, learn wherever you are, whether people support you or not, try to learn maximum, how much ever possible, learn on the job, try to upskill yourself. So in this generation that we are, you need to upskill yourself. You keep learning. Like I do see like you people attend a lot of webinars. So when you're attending webinars also, I understand it's difficult to focus on full day webinars, but whichever webinar you are picking to learn, just make sure that you're focusing and you're understanding what that person is trying to say for your own upskillment. Okay, improve your communication skills. That's very important in this generation, especially in this generation where because of Instagram and WhatsApp, we send very short messages and all, but still in the industry that does not work. Especially in pharmaceutical industry, it's still a very formal industry. Okay, unlike IT industry is fine, you can be a little informal, nobody minds, but pharma industry is still a very formal industry wherein it is good to have professional communication. So build your communication skills, build your email skills, make sure that when you prepare your CV, make an effective CV. Okay, we reject a lot of profiles when we see that the CV itself is a failure. It's very off-putting. I'm like, if this person has not invested time in creating a CV only, what contribution will they do to my organization? Okay, so improve your communication skills, have a good CV in place, prepare well for an interview, be very well dressed up for an interview. That is very important. The first look that people see of yours is the first impression. Even if 10 candidates come, they'll remember, oh, this was one person who actually I remember he was dressed up very well and he was speaking well. So dress up well for an interview, try not to be shabby. Of course, your technical questions and all, Clinosol is going to help you with all the question and answers, which is fine. So that would be like my brief suggestions on how you can land up a good job at an organization. Keep applying for jobs, try to build your LinkedIn connections. Like I had discussed with you before we started off, that what jobs I have been through, except for the first one was because of campus placements, but after that, whatever connections I've built, whatever this particular job that I am in right now is because of LinkedIn. It was through LinkedIn that I reached out to my founder asking for a job. Yeah, don't be scared asking for a job. You never know who will reply. If I've written to 10 people, one person will definitely reply back to me. Okay, don't be scared. Just be very sweet about it. Don't be very forceful about it. You can always reach out to people in the pharmaceutical industry, clinical research industry. There are actually many people who are very helpful. Okay, so that is one input that I'd like to give. Build your LinkedIn profile, keep it as professional as possible. Otherwise, people will not add you as they connect. And don't be afraid to ask for opportunities or request for circulating your CV. There are excellent people in the industry. We have Mujib only as an example. Extremely sweet people like that. There are many nice people in the industry. Find out such nice people, reach out to them. Definitely the industry is very helpful and very welcoming. So yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you everyone for listening so nicely. Thank you. So you guys have no question. One question also you all have not asked. You don't need to record, it's okay, but no question?